Welcome everybody to episode 296 of the effing title. I'm Big Husky.
I'm DeNutte.
We're back again.
Back again.
Duh. If you guys don't know who we are by now, then I don't know what to say. It's been 4 years.
And if it's the first time, welcome. You're gonna hate us, and it's cool.
Mm-hmm. I've been told recently that I should make this into a audio thing and put it on Spotify.
Why not?
I've thought about it, but that's also going to be a lot of work going back through and putting 290 plus episodes.
I don't know how Spotify works with that, or you could just start it new.
I could just start it at like boom. If you want to go watch the rest of them, then go over here, or just slowly just upload them. Because I think it'd be.
We could be like the Rogan Experience and have it's the video at the same time, and it breaks your phone every time you try to listen to it.
True. I think it would also be funny because if I go and look at if I click here, and then I click this button over here, and then I click this button there, and then I click here. No, that's the last one, so I need to click this one, then I need to click this one. A lot of clicking right now. The first episode was February 10th of 2020.
Okay.
So a lot of the things will be very outdated, considering, like, I'm talking about the Overwatch League, the XFL, Birds of Prey.
Not the pandemic.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic.
Yeah, then the pandemic. The NFL season during the 2020 season. Like,
Colin Kaepernick.
You know, just a shit ton of. Well, also, this is funny because this is also back when I had the original setup. This isn't the new setup.
Same apartment.
The same apartment, but this is like the actual way the podcast was done. Because this used to be I bring on a different host each time.
Yeah.
And we just talk about what they wanted, what they're like, what they like, what they don't like, that sort of thing. So it was very. I mean, like this episode here with Jagger was 2 hours and 31 minutes long. Could you imagine if we did a 2 hour long podcast now?
I mean, we did a couple. Like when I did the guest ones, we did a couple of long ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, we did, didn't we? Because I want to say we almost had a 3 hour one. I want to say.
Yeah, I think we had a long one in there. I think our first one was super long.
This one here doesn't even have a title. It's just episode 81, no title to it, and that's an hour. Let's see here. Do I have another one with your face somewhere? There's another one. That one was 2 hours. We talked about the Snyder Cut. We talked about Godzilla Kong, and we talked about Invincible.
Okay. Which I never even finished season 3. Haven't watched any season 4.
For what, Invincible?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember which season I stopped watching it in.
I stopped watching it like last season. They put out episodes and then they were gonna take like a month break and it ended up being like months.
Oh, okay.
So I just never went back to it.
That's fair. And so right here, episode 54 was our long. That was 3 hours. We talked about movies, mental health, and my life as a. Back when I used to ask people like, "Hey, what do you do for a job?" And then you go, "Oh, I do this," and we go, blah, 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 blah. But anyway. But now, I do a little bit of this.
It's moving pipe around. That's what that thing is.
Come on, get your head out of the gutters, guys. But so now we are going to be talking about video game things this week. We haven't talked about video games in a little bit.
Oh.
We play video games almost daily, and we haven't talked about video games in a little while.
Yeah.
So,
I'm downloading Split Fiction as we speak.
Ooh, there we go. I'm currently in the background of things working on the editing of the Gears of 5 playthrough.
Okay, how's that going?
I finished the main story. I've finished the main campaign, and now I'm moving on to the DLC. That's what I'm going to do on Monday, I think.
Oh, is there DLC for it?
It's called Hive Busters, I guess. It's like a 2 to 4 hour thing. Just a little. Yeah, I had no idea. So the day that I went to record the first act of Gears 5, I had already recorded like 3 other things.
So I don't think any of the other games have DLC.
One of them did, but it was like not DLC, but it was DLC. It was like ROM something, ROM Shadow maybe, ROM Shadow.
Ram?
Yeah, Ram Shadow. Yeah, it was the second installment. Is the second installment of downloaded content for Gears 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew that there was there was also There was a DLC for Gears 3 too. There's two of them. There was this one. I didn't do
Okay.
this one. I did the other one. There was one where you basically go back and you play as, Oh, that would have been Judgment then. I don't remember.
Judgment was like
there was.
the
Oh
weird
no.
four-
At the end of Judgment, there was one. At the end of Judgment. Why am I bringing up a random thing for Sasuke? Okay.
Judgment is the hardest one too, by the way.
Judgment was a pain to play.
Oh, like insane. Me and my buddy didn't even finish that one. We played through the first three, and we played that one, and we couldn't even get past the first level on Insane.
There was a lot of them where I was like dying like multiple times on easy, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. And also, it's one of those things as well where it's like, that was one of the ones where I started raging a lot because I was pressing the button to like dive, and instead of diving, I was taking cover, and I was just losing my mind. Yeah, no, there was a second part to. I'm trying to see if I can find it now, but I can't. The website that I'm on blows.
And that actually could be a good tangent into our theme this week.
Yes, it can.
Dead games.
Dead games.
So could be said that Gears is dead. People still play Gears, but like if you see modern Gears play, you're like, no one's ever gonna love playing this.
Mm-hmm. So as dead games, we're gonna talk about dead games. Old dead games, not dead games as in like Walking Dead, which is funny because that is on this list here of dead games, along with other games that just involve dead characters, which I thought was weird. Whenever I looked up dead games, it just kept giving me games like Left 4 Dead. Like,
yeah, I saw that on the list.
I'm just like Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
So dead games is an interesting one because dead games, as gamers and as people who listen who will be gamers if you do game, dead games is something that is always talked about. This game's dead. This game's dead. This game's dead. This is a dead game. This is a dead game. This is a dead franchise. And it's one of those things where we wanted. I thought it'd be an interesting one to talk about to get some opinions from the community, which we have a little list here. I do. But then also us together to talk about just kind of some games that we consider to be dead and games that aren't dead.
Yeah. Or games that are like, that are like, so there's some games where I'm like, that game's dead, but people still play it.
Yeah, I mean, on if you guys are visually watching this, you will see from the background, we have a literal dead game and a game that is technically dead, but you can still play it.
Yeah.
And if you are listening to this, it is Hyperscape, and it is Anthem.
Which, you know what? As much as people clown on Anthem, I've heard actually like just solid things about it.
So
where it has good bones.
So I actually played Anthem within the past couple years.
Yeah.
Because it's on Game Pass. I was like, why not? And I was like, I know people clowned on it, but let me take a look and see what it is.
I mean, even if you buy it, it's probably $1.
It was actually really fun and enjoyable. You know what my biggest issue was, though? A lot of, or at least when I went in to go do the campaign, you do it with other people that are just in the world.
Was there no one in the world?
No, there was like people that were like just level like 500 in the world, just chilling, just running through shit. And I'm sitting there like, I'm trying to do this for the first time ever, and you guys just killed everything in like 2 seconds. And then eventually it was just like I saw a butterfly and ran off somewhere because I was like, I don't care anymore. Like.
Yeah.
And I flew around, killed a bunch of stuff, and then I was just
and
like,
a lot
okay.
of people had a problem with the cosmetics because the cosmetics really didn't do anything.
Yeah. And from what I remember hearing as well was that it was just kind of one of those things where you got to the end game, you beat the boss, and then that was it. There was no...
so there's like a bunch of... you have Anthem, which is... Would you consider Anthem a live service?
Yes.
Yeah, so like a lot of these are live service games that, you know, like that's like a lot of the dead games of the last few years. Like Hyperscape, live service game. That game, lasted a year?
Something like that. It was massive for like a week or two.
Yeah, so I got into the alpha and I played it, and I was like, this is really fun. It could be really fun.
I liked the aspect
but
of...
it's so fast and so vertical.
Yep.
That this doesn't sound like, oh, I'm a PC player, but like, because I played it on controller. That's when I started playing it PC controller, because I wasn't really good on mouse and keyboard at the time. It's like impossible as a controller player to keep up with.
Oh yeah.
Anything, because it's like, so Apex is always known for being a movement based game. Like it's all movement, and so like Hyperscape was like just that on steroids, where it was like everywhere was like a 4-story building, and it was just a fight through it, and like. And it's so fast. The time to kill was super long too.
Yeah, the time
It was
and it was like the guns also didn't feel like. I remember seeing like picking up an AR and shooting it, and it didn't feel like an AR.
yeah.
Or like you pick up a pistol and it's like it shoots like an SMG, and like guns didn't feel right. Like just visually looking at them, I think most shooter players, if you pick up a gun just by looking at it, you have a kind of idea of how it's going to shoot no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And
Like AR should always be your baseline. Like
yeah.
this is good. There's stuff that's better, but there's always there's always something that's worse.
Yeah.
So like, if you have an AR, like you should know that like you're like I'll be fine.
And I felt like a lot of the guns in that didn't. Now snipers hit. That was the snipers. I would say hitting that.
If you could hit anyone.
Yes, and that was the biggest thing. Is like I just remember. I think it was Lupo. I remember watching Dr. Lupo playing it, and this is also the big thing with it was the fact of the integration between Hyperscape and Twitch.
There was they pushed for that in the beginning.
Where at the very beginning it was like, oh, your viewers get to decide what happens in your match. So every time you would load,
cool.
Yeah, every time you load into the match, there would be random things that would appear. It'd be like 2 times gravity. It would be everyone moves faster. It would be reload times are longer, or like just silly shit like that.
Another dead game, which I actually didn't even think about until just the first Division was supposed to kind of have something like that. Not really. So Division, you have, I think it was squads of 3 or 4, and then originally when they were coming out with the Division, you could have had a 5th person, but playing on like a tablet.
Oh,
or a phone, and so they would control a drone, and they would like join in your game like that and be like a support role, kind of like in Gears 5 with the robot thing.
I was about to say, yeah, that was kind of cool. I
so,
mentioned that at one point where it's like, this is really cool that you could do this with 3 people, and one of them just gets to play as the drone to homie. Like,
yeah, so that's really cool. And so and that was the thing they were pushing for a while, and then they kept getting delayed, and they're like, we're like, we can't push it with this feature.
Yeah.
And that would have been like a really cool thing, because like I don't know any games that really do that. So like a really cool integration, and then they never brought it back. They're actually they're hiring a bunch of people for the Division 3 right now, because 3, yeah.
3, okay. I wasn't sure if it was 3 or 4.
Because they have 2, and then they were going to do a free-to-play live service thing, and that fell through. It was supposed to come out, and then like that they did, like when it was coming out, they were like, we're scrapping it.
Yeah, never done.
And so Division was going to be a dead game, and then now they're starting Division 3, which I'm really pumped for, because I love the Division. It's just, we're going to talk about a lot of dead games. A lot of these are Ubisoft games.
Oh yeah. It's kind of wild to think about just how many are, because I mean, there's the one that just died recently, X Defiant.
X Defiant. That was on my list, because that lasted, I think, less than a year. I played the beta for that too.
The worst part with that was like, I remember playing it was like I may have been one of the first playtests of it. It was like a closed playtest, because I had to sign an NDR and all that sort of stuff, or an NDA, or yeah. This was like one of the first ones, because me and Xander did it. Yeah, that was like me and Xander played it, and it was like, this is dope. Like, this feels fresh. This feels cool. Like, of course, I'm playing on roller on PC, so I'm just getting rolled, but I'm doing well every here and there. But it was like, this is really fun. And then the second rollout of the beta that came out, I was like, what is this? It's like, this doesn't feel anything like this feels like Call of Duty now. That was when that was when the switch happened. It was like, as soon as they hit that second beta, then it was like, okay, this is weird. And then me and Rob played it on and off, but it got to the same point as always with those games, where it's like, after a while, it's like, cool, you get into like 3 lobbies with the same 10 guys, and those guys do nothing but play this one game.
That's like anytime you play Battlefield 2042, which they just came out with another update with. They said they weren't. So, actually, I played Delta Force last night. Delta Force is actually really good.
I was gonna say, I saw a symbol. I saw you in a party with everybody, and I saw the symbol. I was like, what is that game? Like, because normally from the symbols I can tell what he's playing. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, we're like, well, let's play some Delta Force. So we played it. Delta Force is good. They actually came out with a really good co-op. It's Black Hawk Down, where you play the scenario of the Black Hawk Down in co-op mode.
Oh shit!
And it's very hard. We haven't finished it yet. We played the first level.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's a game that's like, I wouldn't say it's dead, but like it could. We just kept calling it Chinese Battlefield, because it's like a lot of the players you play with are Chinese, and then like, but it's feels like what Battlefield should be, because like the guns work, the guns feel good. If like my biggest problem with 2042 is like, especially when it came out, it had weapon bloom, which is just like crazy to put into like a not a realistic shooter, but like a shooter that like prides itself on realism.
Yes.
So like, and then the damage drop off is super weird. So like, you get in a gunfight with someone, you shoot someone, and they turn around and kill you. It's very COD like right now. Like that's how COD is right now. That's why I stopped playing it. It just does like, I don't get why I keep dying.
We're supposed to be getting
as people like, and that's like maybe a skill issue. We're getting older. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, we play a lot of games, and so you, like how we said, you know what it feels like, what a game should or should not feel like.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and they said, isn't there a new Battlefield coming out soon? I think
there are a bunch of leaks for the new Battlefield, and it's like looking like Battlefield 3, 4. It's like it's going back to its roots, and it's modern. It's not the 2442 is modern, but a little futuristic. Like this is going to be modern.
When it's so one of the things that was interesting looking at the dead games, or like the quote unquote dead games, because like there's something on this list that I have that like I wouldn't consider to be dead games. Dead from where their peak popularity was, yes, easily. But dead from where they are, no. But like it's interesting seeing the category, of the games, and most of them recently you see are BRs.
Yeah.
Hyperscape was a BR. Spellbreak. I don't know if you remember that one.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I played a lot of that when it came out, and I really enjoyed it. But that game didn't last very long.
No, that game got bot cheater heavy immediately.
Yeah,
and they never fixed it.
It felt really good though at the time.
Surprisingly, I can't remember the name of it now. Hold up a second. I got to look for it. But this one that I'm going to be announcing here in a second.
Is it the Charlotte Copley one?
Nope, Realm Royale.
Never heard of that.
So Realm Royale was was made by Hi-Rez Studios. Okay. It was supposed to be the Fortnite killer. This was like 2018. This is like early Fortnite. It's supposed to be the Fortnite killer. You turn into a chicken when you get knocked, and you run around as a chicken.
That's fun.
And then if you don't die as a chicken, then you come back to life as a real person.
Okay.
There's abilities, there's classes. So like you can be like a tank, a warrior, a mage, a archer, like that sort of thing. This game is dead. However, you can still get on and play right now.
Okay.
And like you will find a lobby. And 90% of the lobby will be bots, and then there will be like 1 or 2 real people in it.
Well, at least there's bots in it.
There's bots, and like some of the bots you will easily kill, and some of the bots you will struggle with. Like,
I like that though. I do like when some people might disagree that like when they populate things with bots, because it makes it feel alive. Because like even like Fortnite does it. So
yeah, I mean they do. What is it? I think it's like 10% of each lobby or something like that. At least that's the last number that I remember hearing someone say. It was like, oh, it's like this many people are bots in it, and it's like whatever. Like it allows me to get a free kill or two before some sweaty dude that can crank 360 no scope 90, all the terms and bullshit. Oh, me while I'm standing there like, okay, what does this gun do that I have? Because I haven't seen this. Like,
I know it's like they're always changing it. Yeah. So, like we go back to like even like Overwatch isn't a dead game, but like you talk to certain people, Overwatch is a dead game.
100%.
So,
yeah.
I logged in Overwatch last night. We almost played, but then we ended up playing Delta Force.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I've actually been really enjoying Overwatch again, which is nice. It's funny because it's like I've been enjoying Overwatch and I've been enjoying Rivals.
Yeah, we played Rivals the other night for the first time in a while. It's just this is because I sound like I'm complaining today. It's just like we can't even enjoy ranked right now because it's like all blueberries, and it's like guys will make an account and they'll get it up to whatever. Did you see the breakdown of the ranks?
Oh, dude, it's atrocious. There's more GMs than there are something.
There's more. So there's more GMs than the only one that has more than GMs is bronze. But like that kind of makes sense because like it's funny because it's like as soon as you hit level 10, they assign you bronze 3, which is an interesting way to do it. So there's a ton of those, and so like I don't like. So when you level up in Rivals, it tells you you're higher than X amount of players percentage.
Yes, correct.
So like it factors in all those people that don't play ranked that are over level 10, which I wish it didn't. I wish there was some sort of placement thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's a cool thing to see, but it definitely does ego stroke a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, I'm better than 1% of the players, and you're sitting there like,
Yeah.
brother, there's people that just don't play ranked, that play the game.
And like so that's my problem is that like
Yeah.
you have, and especially it being a free game, especially PC, you could just make a new Steam account for free.
Yeah.
So like we were playing with this kid a lot, and he was only like plat, and like so he kept making new things, and he would just kept going up to plat, and so he would always make new ones, and like
why?
and he complained about how bad we were, and we're like, but like, dude, we're like, we don't like.
Yeah, I'll never understand like the people like. I don't understand the people that will make a new account just to get the account to the same level that their main account is at. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, what is your goal with that? But, I mean, like that's the thing. Is like we were saying just barely like, battle royales. I mean, H1Z1.
That's still going.
It's still going.
Or,
like so. Like,
or DayZ, different. That's different, right?
Yes. H1Z1 apparently is mostly bots. I was told from one of the people in the community. The list that I have is from the people within the community that I talk to. They said it's mostly bots in that, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, but
I've been playing a lot of Armor Reforger, and we're just like, wow, this would be a better, a more updated version for like a DayZ.
Oh, okay.
Even though Armor Reforger is kind of like a weird one, it's more like a playtest for the next game.
I like it.
There's only like 2 maps that are in the game, but then there's like a lot of modded maps because you can do mods that are like built right in, so you can like someone has a map hosted and you play it, and then you just download the mods required for that, and then a lot of people use the same mods.
That's
so it's like
cool.
You kind of build up stuff. Last night I was playing a Vietnam server.
Okay.
So we were the Viet Cong running around.
One of the ones that you and me played, PUBG.
PUBG. I mean, that's still super active.
Still active, but people would say it's dead. You know.
Yeah, I would. I would argue that one's not dead. That probably has more players in a lot of games. I play a lot of Hell Let Loose. People might say that game's dead.
And that's the thing. It's there is this interesting thing. Like, and it's like recently we've been seeing a huge influx on hero shooters.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, Fragpunk. I still think it's too early.
I have not played it. I've seen people play it. I forgot it came out, and I saw people playing. I was like, oh, it came out.
It got pushed. It got delayed on console. I know that one for a fact.
Oh, so it's only on PC. Okay.
It's only on PC right now because it got. Well, let me rephrase it. I know it got delayed on Xbox. So
okay.
But I watched Xander playing it on PC, and it looks fun. It's another hero shooter. It looks like almost like a Val like search and destroy bomb defusals thing. But like the fact that each round there's different perks you can do, where it's like flip the map upside down.
Well, I mean, look at the dead game. Shroud's game's already dead.
Yeah,
that one stopped that game.
Well, that is actually. Have you looked into that?
No.
Okay, so that's one thing you might want to look into at some point because like it isn't even Shroud's game. Yeah, I mean we got Concord.
Yeah,
that died real fast.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had a hard copy of it because that would have been funny.
It was the one with me with that is the fact that they spent millions of dollars on this thing, ready to build a franchise. They had a TV series all lined up. They had the weekly comic animated series that was in game. Like
I wish I would have tried it just to see because like I never tried it. I can't speak if it was good or bad or not. So
every time I saw it, all I could it's weird because every time I saw it, all I could think was Overwatch. And then it's like I saw then there's people. Oh no, it's nothing. It's nothing like Overwatch. Then I saw a character throw something, go invisible, run around, and then shoot an SMG at someone. I was sitting there like, you just showed me Sombra. Like you literally just showed me Sombra playing a game. Like, and it was so. But yeah, I can't speak much on Concord other than the fact that visually I didn't look appealing.
I mean, we talked about the. What was the low level? Secret level.
Yeah.
In there, that episode wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, and that's the worst part about that as well. Is like the episode wasn't bad. The only time you see the actual characters from the Concord video game is at the very end of it.
Yeah. So,
and the main characters in the series that they in the 20-minute episode they had, they all died.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know. So Concord. Let me pull up.
I was gonna say, we have
we even talk about like all like the games that they came out with, the Battle WoW, like all MMOs, you know, like because like so one that I really liked was WildStar. That lasted 4 years, but I played it for like a good year off and on. I looked it up and I didn't realize it had lasted that long, but WildStar was pretty good.
It sounds familiar. I mean, like I have. I mean, now mind you, of course, I don't know. Oh, okay. I think I've seen this little like squirrely homie here with the big whip.
Yeah, that was like the main. You could play as that. You could play as a bunch of different classes. Club Penguin.
Yeah,
which a lot of people still reminisce about. Like I work at a college. You know, like on the doors they have like the RAs make a name tag, has your name on it. I've seen a bunch of Club Penguin ones where it's like
funny.
The penguins and stuff. It's like I'm like, yep.
I mean, I got like Black Desert, Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yeah.
Those are two that some people said.
Star Quest, Star Wars Galaxies,
and
Myst.
It's wild because
Matrix Online.
Man, there's a lot.
There's a lot that came out since like after WoW came out, and people are still crushing WoW. WoW's actually I keep like teetering with the thought of like playing because like
I do too.
My cat, like a bunch of her friends still play it. I have some friends that still play it.
I have some friends that play it, but it's always been one of those ones where I've always said that if it comes to Game Pass, I'll play it.
Yeah.
It's never coming to Game Pass apparently. Like they've already it's never.
Even though they have a thing with Blizzard, right?
Yeah, they have the agreement with Blizzard, but they've already said that it's never going to happen. So who knows if it will?
That's like their real money. Oh yeah, Overwatch. Yeah, so it's like their real moneymaker. So,
so I mean, it's one of those things.
I mean, you could play the first 20 levels for free. That could always be a quick play.
Yeah, let me get hooked on WoW real quick. Playing as a panda.
Pandarian.
But I did find out I can't be a panda paladin though, so I don't know if I'd want to do that.
You can't?
No. Because apparently they're already like beefy, so like they can't do that. So like certain races and such can't be certain characters or something like that.
It's so hot in my room right now. I'm beet red.
That's because
you're
in there. Duh.
So hot.
But then some of the ones I got from some people were very interesting for dead games. Like for instance, basically every Call of Duty. I got multiple people. Call of Duty multiplayer, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Warzone, and then I got a bunch of the older games. And I'm sitting there.
That's tough because it's like you always go to the next one. Yeah. So it's like
is Halo 3? Do we count Halo 3 in dead games? Like,
well, you could count Master Chief Collection because they still try to push that, but that's like a dead game. Halo 5's kind of a dead game.
Yeah, I mean,
Halo 5's is still a lot of fun. Not Halo 5, Halo Infinite.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
I still think Halo Infinite's a solid game.
Did you?
I go back and play it every few months.
Did you finish it?
I didn't finish it because I was going to hold off to do co-op, and then my friend and I haven't gone back to it because they didn't release it with co-op.
I remember that because that was one of your big. It came
out like a year later.
That was one of your big "how dare you" moments.
Because they were going to do it like a month after release, and they kept pushing it back, and then they were like, it was like a silent release. We're like, hey, we put it out.
Yeah. Talk about just.
They put it out. They're like, hey, we have this big Forge. Forge is finally out. We're doing this whole thing. And co-op's out. And so Forge is cool. And then like, so my friend and I I got like halfway through the game. I finished every open world thing. I got like ADHD. And it's because it's very like Assassin's Creed where like you could do a bunch of stuff, mini missions out in the world.
That was one
did like.
Go ahead, sorry.
No. So I did like 95% of that. And then I stopped playing. I just was like, it's good. It's good though.
That was one of my big complaints with Gears 5, is I didn't like the random open wilderness in the two areas, in the desert and the snowplain, because like I'm like most of the time I write down or I have like I'll even like right here like so it doesn't actually tell me where or like what's happening within the game, but I always have this for some of these games where it's just like it's act and then it says the chapter.
Yeah.
Or like episode and chapter, right? So then that way when I'm playing, I have a decent idea of where I am within the recording, like that sort of thing. And like, those, as soon as I hit the open road areas, it was like 2 hours of extra content because there's just me just randomly going around and being like, oh, look, butterfly. Like, So
I mean, so like that could be, you could say like any single player game is dead. How we mentioned Gears and Halo, where it's like they have a huge multiplayer component, but like any single player game, they're like all right, there's one that is dead, Starfield.
Yes.
they kind of put out some DLC, but not really. They put out like a couple missions, and they put out like you can drive buggies now.
Cool.
But like,
dear God.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, that is like something that is I would consider a dead game because they kind of gave up on it. They're like, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of one of the things I was going to say as well. Is this
they're putting more effort into Fallout 76.
Is like, would you consider Red Dead? Is that technically
Red Dead Online dead game? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna even say not even just online. I'm gonna talk about like in general the franchise.
No.
Because like
not the franchise. Because you can go back and play Red Dead. People do it all the time. Mm-hmm. I know people that have played it like 4 times. So, I played it once. So my thing with Red Dead, it is it is definitely one of the Red Dead 2.
I haven't played it one of them. So
specifically, so Red Dead 1 or Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Because there was Red Dead Revolver. Red Dead Redemption is like this amazing game. Came out like my senior year of high school. Came out. It was like this huge thing. Even online, it was like a fun open world thing because even GTA 4 online open world, that was like a new thing. That was like kind of like a crazy thing. Not really. You couldn't really do a whole lot, but like, Red Dead Redemption 2 is such like a realistic, perfect game that like it doesn't matter. Like that game is like you could play that game in 10 years and it will still feel the same. It's like
it still gets compared whenever anything happens day and age with games that are bad.
Yeah.
They always refer back to like compare it to Red Dead Redemption 2.
I don't think it's going to have like quite like the staying power. They're going to release it a bunch of times like they did with Skyrim, because like everyone compares like a game's success to like Skyrim, and you can't compare every game to Skyrim because like Skyrim came out in 2011 and people are still playing it now. You know, like that's a tough one. So like Red Dead Redemption 2, you can play like if you started right now, like if you played through, you would get lost in it, and you would have you would have a playthrough series for like a year, and it is good. But like, it's such like a grind. Like so you play the main. This is kind of a spoiler if you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2. You play through the main campaign, and then there's a epilogue. Like there's a whole mini like campaign afterwards, whereas you play as the main character from the first Red Dead Redemption, because Red Dead Redemption 2 takes place before Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
So you play as it's like you play as the character leading into Red Dead Redemption. I got to that point and I went, all right, I don't need to play this. I played the game. It was perfect. It's just not necessarily for me because it's too immersive, which sounds like I'm complaining about it. I'm not. But like there were times where I was like, I got to ride this horse across the map, half an hour across the map to do this thing, and then ride it back a half an hour across the map to do this thing. And there was kind of fast travel, but not really. So it's like you really just had to ride your horse across the whole map. And that to me, I'm like, it was so like, but the online is dead. They like were pushing it, and it just was not like it just wasn't like.
I watched them.
It's kind of the similar thing with GTA Online when it came out. Anything you did cost money, right?
Yep.
If you died, it cost money. You had to pay medical bills. If your car blew up, you had to pay a bunch of money to get it back. So you would do a mission and get like $4,000. If your car blew up, it was like $3,000. If you died, it was like $1,000. So like you do a mission and die once, and then you'd lose all that money. So like the economy was all messed up, and they've gone back and they've since fixed it. You can make more money now. You could do heists. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. They just put out another update for GTA Online. But they're not doing anything with Red Dead, so I would say Red Dead Online is dead.
Like, and then one of the people within my community said Among Us, which I thought was an interesting one because I feel like party games. I consider Among Us a party game.
It is a party game, but like we're getting those like a lot now. Like we're still dabbling with Repo, which is another party game, but it's like not a game where you kill each other. But like Repo is not that different than what was that game?
The collection one where they did the dance, I guess. Dance.
I have it.
I'm just gonna keep doing this.
Lethal Company.
There we go. The dance.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So Lethal Company and Repo aren't that much different. I like Repo better than Lethal Company.
From what I've seen, because I haven't played either one of them, but from what I've seen,
Yeah.
just watching people play Repo Company, watching them play Repo, it looks more fun than Lethal Company did.
Yeah. So I think maybe our buddy had us download a bunch of mods, and like I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to download all that stuff on my computer, and then it's like just doesn't work, and then like I kept crashing, and I was like, I don't hate this.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's a big mod scene already for Repo,
Yep.
and then but it gets stale, so like maybe they need to do something. But like with that, I don't know what you're gonna do, because like that was another game that like I saw like a development log for it that just came out, and they were like, hey, like we were gonna do these things, but since it kind of blew up, we're gonna do these other things, because they were gonna do like what were they were gonna do console. That's like was their next thing. And then they're like, well, now all this like success, we have to work on these other things before we can even like think about bringing it to console.
Damn.
So just like stuff like that. So like I think that game will die out way before it ever comes to console.
Well, and that's like it's interesting because we are seeing a lot more games like hit big peaks and then die. Because like for instance, Among Us in the last hour has had and this is just on Steam. 5,000 people playing.
That's all. I mean, so like what I was saying, Hello Loose earlier, they're getting like 5,000 players a day. You know, like so, like that game is consistently at that, and will kind of always be at that.
I mean,
I think
current right now is at 8.
Hell It Loose. Yeah. So like with like certain things that like you talk about crossplay. Crossplay will help keep a game alive, because like look at Overwatch, they finally added crossplay, and that helped it a lot. Hell Let Loose, it's on PC, PS5, and Xbox, and it's not crossplay at all, except for console. So I think, and then you look at like Armor Reforger, which is having a big moment right now. It's been out for a while. I think it's been out for a year, but right now it's really having a moment. But it's crossplay, and you can even download the mods on Xbox, so you can do all the mods on Xbox for free.
I mean, so I said about Lethal Company. Lethal Company is still, and within the past hour, is holding strong at 8,000.
I never would have guessed that.
Repo is at 195,000.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. What was the other one that came out as well around the same time as Lethal Company last year?
What was it like?
I don't remember, but I remember there was. I remember there because we talked about it on the podcast last year, where we said that the gaming industry feels like it's become a kind of flavor of the month sort of thing, where a game pops off for a month and then it kind of immediately vanishes away and just kind of.
But that's all like also part of all streaming culture, because it's like this is what like everyone's playing, then you move on to the next thing.
People think this game's hot. Let's play this. One of the games that we were gonna play. And of course, I say it like that, and then I forget the name of it. It was on Xbox only. It was like a hero shooter.
So that was on my list too, Bleeding Edge.
There we go, Bleeding Edge. Thank you. Yeah,
and that is a dead game.
Yeah, like fully.
Like you go on, and they're like, there was 10 people who played this game today.
Yeah, that was at one point where I remember. This is back when me and Dana were looking for games to play. And so this was like 3 or 4 years ago. And we found out that was crossplay, and we played it. And we got online, and someone was like looking up people's stats on leaderboards for people that were playing live. And like, this was like Dana's like first time playing. And they were like, you're doing just as good as the number 1 player is in this game. Like, that still plays the game. And it was one of those things where we were like, We've been playing the game for like an hour and a half together. Like, what do you mean she's already doing as good as the like what? Like, but like that's.
I actually met like a really good online friend that from playing Bleeding Edge. We were playing with a guy, and we're like, "You want to keep playing?" And I still play with him.
That's awesome
on games.
Another one. This one I will say 1,000,000%. I'm going to count this as a dead game, even though it technically, Blood Hunt. There's 400 people right now.
That's pretty dead.
Yeah, that's like
we played that that for a day together.
Yeah, I played it with Panics for like a week. Me and him played together for like a full week, just rocking it.
Yeah,
because that game was a lot of fun, but it was only on PlayStation and PC. That was it. One of the interesting when someone said Destiny 1, and I was like, that's kind of bullshit.
Well,
Like,
I mean, that's like that's
like,
nitpicking.
That's like me saying Overwatch versus Overwatch 2. Like, you know.
Yeah, because that's another game that's like kind of had Destiny 2, I should say. It's had its ups and downs. Like they were going to do another one. Who knows what's going to happen? They just speaking of Destiny, they just released Destiny cosmetics on Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
And
Weird.
that's a game we always go back to.
Yep.
I keep trying to get my friend because we're like, and that's a whole Destiny's not Destiny.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves is kind of a commitment. So if you're gonna play, you're gonna have to play for like 2 or 3 hours. But they've done a lot of things with Sea of Thieves, especially for like new players. They have a thing called Safe Seas you can play now, where it's PVE. It's not PvP.
Yeah, I didn't do that with the boys when we did it.
That's like a thing that could get you into a game, but like that's also takes away like a key factor of the game. So,
yeah, at one point Rob kept putting up the flag to say that we wanted to fight people.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we found the dude that was the 4 stack that was running a galleon, and you could tell they've been playing for a while because they were literally chasing down people. And Rob's like, "Yeah, let's fight them," and I'm like, all right, if this is what you want to do, let's do this then. Like,
was it just the 2 of you two, probably?
That was me, him, and Fedge. It was all 3 of us.
Yeah, even then, yeah.
Yeah,
so
and it was like, well, Fedge died immediately. They boarded the ship. I got 1 tapped, and then Rob had no clue what was happening. So
that is a game that is very hard on controller because there's no auto aim at all. So like, and that's crossplay, so it's tough. But then there's like a lot of things you have to, like. There's a lot of missions you have to do. Like there's different missions, and it's not. This is part of why Sea of Thieves is hard, is that it doesn't hold your hand at all. You kind of have to know what you're doing. You gotta look stuff up. So there's these like, they're called tall tales, and tall tales are these missions, and you can only activate them from certain places. And then when you are doing them, you have to like sometimes sail across the map with an item to bring it somewhere else. And you can be attacked while you're doing it. So it's like, that's a tough thing with that game, is that like it is. It's very unforgiving.
Yeah,
it doesn't hold your hand.
It doesn't hold your hand, and also it's one of those things where there's just like that style of game people just don't vibe with. Rob at one point was like, "Is this all we're doing?" I was like, "Yeah, we're being a pirate, dude. We're going and getting treasure and going and selling it." He's like, "This is boring."
So you're either like really into it, you're locked in, and then everyone's like, "This is stupid," and they're like messing around the whole time.
Yeah,
which like kind of messes it up, but like also you get it because it's not for everyone.
Yeah,
and so because like I've had my girlfriend download it, and she's like, "We never played it," and I'm like, I don't know if she's really gonna like it.
It's like I don't know if you're ready for this. But it is interesting because like I'm like. Like I said, there's a list on my side screen here, and just like looking at some of the games, it's like For Honor.
Yeah, people still play it.
They still getting constant yearly updates and roadmaps. Like they're adding new characters to the game. I don't know how you could consider it a dead game. You know,
well, because it's Ubisoft, and they're like,
I mean, that's fair. I mean, at that point, then let's add Assassin's Creed to the list. Like,
yeah, well. It's tough because Assassin's Creed has had multiplayer, but it's never been like the big point of the game.
I would say that was one of the fun things with which one was it? It was
Brotherhood.
No, when we play as Arno, Unity. Is that the one when you're in France?
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Unity actually was probably the last great like core game.
But it
was broken when it came out, so that kind of hurt it too.
Yeah, it hurt it. I still will put my neck on the line to say that Mirage is better than what people gave it credit for.
I haven't played it.
I mean, a lot of people shit on Mirage, and I feel like it gets a lot of unwanted hate.
A lot of people are shitting on the new one, and it's like it's very split because people are like, this is actually a lot of fun. Like Yasuke, everyone's like crapping on him. They're like, it's not like it doesn't fit the mold. And you're like, well, like that's the whole point of that character.
Yeah. The one thing I will say that because I haven't seen a whole lot on it, I was going to buy it back when it was supposed to come out 5 months ago. I just don't have the funds now. But then the other thing as well is like I did see something recently where they were like, "Oh, by the way, you can't parkour on anything."
As Yasuke.
Well, no, as Yasuke or as the other. I don't know what her name is.
Oh, she does stuff. Oh yeah, she absolutely does.
She does, but you can't just do it. There's certain places that you can do it. They like before, how you just kind of like run up a wall and you would just kind of grab random shit and go. Now, if you try to do that, you just run into the wall.
Interesting.
There's only certain areas where you're actually allowed to run up stuff, apparently, and like do stuff. At least that's what I've seen. That's what I've heard. That's what people have said. The other thing that people are pissed off about is that they have like a timeline on there, like
Okay.
like a timeline of like here's all the other assassins. Ezio isn't on the list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they left Ezio off the list of assassins that
People's favorite assassin.
Yeah, the one that did made the whole series what it is.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate Ezio, so
Yeah.
I hate him as a character.
But it is interesting seeing on the list here a lot of just single player games. Now, mind you, some of them do have online aspects, but like I find it hard to say a single player game is dead.
Yeah, it's like not the because at that point you're just measuring it up to again like Skyrim, like it's stuck around forever. Like you can't okay. You're what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, outside of Gears 5, I just played Life is Strange.
I mean, that's not a game that you don't replay that forever.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple different things you can do in scenarios, but like it's not. It's going to be essentially the same thing. There's like different outcomes, but
yeah. So it's interesting to see what people consider to be dead games because I got for some of the ones here I have is Jet Set Radio.
Well, I guess maybe because they're not making them anymore, but people are still super into Jet Set.
Right? Well, like, this was one that I found funny was someone said, Sonic with the Chaos thing. We Happy Few, the Dragon Age series.
We Happy Few, I get, because that game starts off so good, and then it like really at the point when you have to manage taking your drugs, that's like when I'm like, you lost me.
It's like, okay, calm down. The Dragon Age series, they said after Veilguard, it's completely dead now. Like the whole...
yeah, the new one. You know what? A buddy of mine has been playing the new one, and he's still playing it, and he loves it. So it's like, it's a very... So it's like look at N7. What game is that? There's 3 of them, and then they made it Andromeda. Mass Effect. So like that's kind of a dead series, but like if you go back and play the original Mass Effects, the controller scheme is so weird and so, I guess to say, unique that like to play it, you have to really rethink about how like a controller works, because like you aim with like the bumpers, you pull out like guns weird, like the cover system super weird.
That was one of the things I found interesting when playing Gears again, is getting my head back into the Gears controls. Because
the reload feels really good.
It does.
But it's very unique.
But if you're not used to it, if you play 3 hours of Apex before playing it, suddenly you're just pressing X, not doing anything.
What do you mean you reload with RB? Like, so that was like a mechanic that was very unique, and then like Mass Effect kind of went that same route, but like. And it's the camera system's very similar to Gears of War.
Yep.
But the Mass Effect is like your camera is like right behind his head, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And then like you go to Mass Effect 2, it's a little different. Mass Effect 3 is much more fluid, but
I've watched.
They really ruined Andromeda. That game was such like bunk that like it like kind of ruined the series. I even bought the remaster of the first 3.
Oh, okay.
I tried getting through 1, and it didn't work on my PC for 1 at all. It just didn't work. Like it was like, how like back in the day where you got a CD of a game and you would download it from the CD and you would play.
Yeah.
And if it was like if it like wanted to be on Windows 95 and you were on XP, it wouldn't work. That sort of thing. Or even now, like you almost have to get a ROM. It doesn't work like in that sense. Like EA Play has a game called The Saboteur, and that came out on the Xbox 360, and it was like this. It was like GTA meets Assassin's Creed.
I was gonna say, it sounds familiar.
You were a French resistance fighter in World War II in France.
Okay.
And so it was a very cool game. You can download it on EA Play right now, but it does not work on your computer.
You can download it. You can own it.
You can download it, and you can open it, but you can't play it.
That sucks.
So it's like this. So like you could say like that's a dead game, sure, but that game didn't really get a lot of steam. But like that game was a ton of fun.
Well, like for instance, I mean, like this one I actually want to look at real quick because now I just opened up Twitch to take a look and see what viewership numbers look like, and I just saw with one game very low viewership numbers, but Yeah, like so. For instance, and this is kind of goes into the whole aspect of content creators, streamers, dead games. Warframe.
They just put out an update. They released motorcycles. They released a bunch of other stuff.
So,
Warframe's going to be at PAX East this year.
Ooh.
They're going to have a big Warframe thing there. I don't care about it, but they're doing it.
1.9K viewers on
Not
Twitch.
a lot of viewers.
Not a lot of viewers. How many people are playing it currently on Steam? 72K.
It's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. Yeah.
So it's one of those things, like, just because it is popular on stream doesn't always, just because it's not popular on stream doesn't mean that it's dead, right?
There's a space game that I want you to look up, and I have it, and I'm bugging out on the name. How many people are playing? Oh, that's not a Steam game. You can't. Elite Dangerous. Tell me how many people are playing Elite Dangerous.
Elite. I'm not gonna lie, I had to momentarily try to remember how to spell the word elite. Elite Dangerous. Current players as of right this second is 9.4.
So like a lot of people talk about that. That game was really big. So that game was trying to go like a Star Citizen route, which I was gonna say look up Star Citizen, but that's not a Steam game. So that's its own thing. Like how.
So, Helldivers 2.
Oh yeah.
On Twitch is currently sitting on 1.5K.
Yeah.
Right now, current players is almost at 60.
So like that was another game that was like almost a game of the moment, but 60,000 is not a dead game.
That's not a dead game at all. Yeah, I mean, so it's interesting seeing how.
And that's also it doesn't count PS5 players. So.
Yeah, exactly. PS5, and then just in general, any of these are not counting console. I mean, shit. The finals is at 21K.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring up the finals when we were talking about Hyperscape, because the finals is a more refined Hyperscape in my opinion. Because the finals, did you ever play it?
I have not. I've thought about wanting to play it. The problem is though, is like the people that I know that do play it have either played it a lot or are gods at it, and or it's one of those things of trying to get the boys to play it, and
they're like, nah.
Yeah. So.
If you ever want to play it, I'll play it. It's they just added that to Xbox Game Pass. I don't know how that works because it's already a free-to-play game. So
yeah,
I don't know what you get for downloading it from Game Pass. I just saw that they added it like this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no clue either. So I know for instance,
what is it? Look at the files right now. I have it on Steam right here, store page. It's a free game, so I don't know what you get.
That's the thing. It's like I don't know either because they did the same thing with Overwatch 2. The only difference with Overwatch 2 is there's certain skins you can get because you're on Game Pass.
But you also get all the gods. I don't know what you call them. The characters.
Heroes.
The heroes. You get that. You automatically have them unlocked.
Well, another one that I just thought of while looking at this: the First Descendant.
Yeah, that was another game of the moment. And they're like, it's like Destiny.
11K. I mean, but that's the thing. 11K.
How many people are on Destiny right now? Actually, now that we're talking about that.
Destiny on Steam, it is currently 38K.
Oof. Yeah, I had a moment. We had a moment a while back where we were playing Destiny. When was the last time I played it? Tell me. I last played September 1st. We were playing a ton of it. I put 190 hours into that. I had not played on PC at all, and I put 190 hours into it.
But it is interesting seeing. It always feels like the same thing, and I think this is a good, not kind of way to wrap this up a little bit with it, is that it always feels like a lot of quote-unquote dead games are games that either peaked and then dropped out of nowhere, and when they dropped, there's still a massive community for them, but now they are quote-unquote dead. Apex, Overwatch, Fortnite even.
Look how many people are playing Splitgate right now.
Oh, hold up. I just closed it.
That was another one that, like, they should have taken the deal with Xbox.
They should have. I don't blame them at the time for not doing it.
No, you're like, you got...
Well, this is the thing. Am I looking at Splitgate or am I looking at... Oh, Splitgate 2 doesn't even open. So Splitgate right now is at 200 players.
Yeah, oh, that's dead. That's dead. And that's probably all the same people that are cracked. Like, no one's going to go, like, let's go play Splitgate.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the top games: Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, PUBG, Schedule 1, Repo, Monster Hunter Wilds, Rust, Space War, Marvel Rivals, Apex Legends. Actually, surprised Apex Legends is on the list. I was sad. I'm genuinely surprised by that. This is also...
You know, I'm still surprised by Rust.
Yeah.
What's that other open world like game like Rust with dinosaurs?
Ark.
Ark. I'm surprised that's not on there.
Yeah.
I
I mean, funnily enough, top records is PUBG, Black Myth Wukong, Pal World, Counter-Strike 2, Lost Ark, Dota 2, Monster Hunter
How
Wilds,
many people
Elden
are playing
Ring,
Pal
and New
World
World.
actually?
Right now,
40K. Okay, that's still a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. I mean, the
Yeah, so, like,
all-time peak was 2.1 million.
Because we haven't played that in forever.
I played it for a couple minutes recently, and I got Rob to play it, and I started a new world with Rob.
How's it feel right now?
It feels fine. I mean,
is there a difference then?
well, that's the thing is like I've been playing it on and off since it came out. So like like it's not one of those things is like I played it and then not stopped playing it for a year and then came back. So like the main thing is like they added a new little area, and I was like, cool, I'm totally underpowered for this, and I went there anyway, did the whole thing, and then like a couple months, then I was like, okay, I'm done playing for right now. And then a couple months later, they're like, oh hey, we're gonna add another new world, but the new area is gonna be 3 times the size, and also you can't fly on the island because as soon as you start to fly, they're gonna shoot you down. And I was
kind of cool.
And I was like, sure, you're gonna shoot me down. No, they shot my ass out of the sky.
Did they fix like landmarks in like the boss areas and stuff? And like, because when I was playing it, you would beat a boss and then it wouldn't count and be like this whole thing. And
kind of the new thing that has been happening to me is the map resets.
Okay.
And that sucks because then you have to re-explore the entire map. But the cool thing is, though, is every time you go and re-explore the areas again, you get the XP again.
Okay, well, at least there's that.
There's the positive of that, but it's still a pain.
That game had a moment too, but I mean, still 40,000 people playing it right now is a lot. It's also Sunday, so I guess a weekend, more people playing on the weekend.
But yes, I mean, it's interesting though.
Because so I guess at the end of the day, it's like what really constituted that game, right? Because it's like
is it
talked to a lot of these.
Is it
some
a
of these
game
are
that is not
being played?
Is it not the peak anymore? Is it that the servers are literally turned off?
So it's funny. A game we haven't even mentioned is another Ubisoft game is Siege. Siege is having a huge update. Siege X has been out for 10 years. I have a coworker. It's the only game he plays. He plays like every night. And it's the only game. He will not play any other game. Like a bunch of his friends play other games. I talked to him about this. He's still on the original Xbox One. He's worried because Siege X is a huge update that's coming out. He's like, I don't think it's going to. I think it's only going to be for next gen. He's like, and I'm kind of like, and he's like, he plays on a 55-inch 4K TV, so he's playing 1080p 30.
Yeah.
Siege. And he's like, is there really a difference if I get an Xbox, like a Series X? I'm like, 100%. You're going to get 60 frames per second, 4K. Like, he's like, is that really a difference? I'm like, you'll notice a difference.
Yeah, you notice it.
But he's like, I don't care.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because there are, like, certain games like Siege where it's like, that locks people in. Done.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I tried playing it for a little bit. Nope. But, for some people, they just, that is their world. You know,
so he's mad. So like with this new update, they're doing comp, right? Comp is 5v5 or 6v6. I can't remember. Who cares? It's 6v6. So like search and destroy. You have one life. If you die, you're out. And so they're adding a new comp mode where it's you respawn. And he's like, that is not the point of Siege. So it's like these hardcore people that are like, this is what it is. Don't change it. So I don't know. It's just kind of funny hearing that. He's like, that's not Siege.
That's not Siege. Yeah, that's wild. Because I've been seeing some bits and pieces on the new Siege X stuff, but I haven't looked into it. Right?
There's gonna be like some more destruction. There's gonna be like a couple other things, and it's like I think they're revamping like the system. I don't know. Who knows? I think it's like kind of like how when Fortnite went to Unreal 5.
Oh, fair.
Which was a big game changer for, because like I remember I went on and I was like, oh my god, this game's gorgeous.
Wow, this game looks. This is what this looked like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean it's it's interesting seeing dead games, looking through them, talking about them, and just kind of going over. Like, I gave the list that I kind of had that I got from the community. Thank you to everybody that asked that was able to help out.
Thank you, Husky's
giving me a
community.
list. Because yeah, like it's one of those things. Like it's always one of those interesting ones because of course I play Overwatch a lot. Overwatch is dead. It's dead. It's dead. No one ever plays it anymore.
Because I was kind of bringing it up as like a joke.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Like, the servers are still alive. There's seasonal updates. Yeah, like most of the updates are, hey, look at this recolored skin. But like, there's a brand new game mode coming out called Stadium next season, which is in a month.
Okay.
There's a brand new hero coming out that I'm in love with.
Yeah, did you play? Did you play the trial day? Yeah,
I played it. I love her. She's awesome.
Okay.
She might be my new Overwatch bae.
DPS.
Yep.
Tank.
DPS.
DPS.
Yep. She's she's a.
Did they add a 6 mode?
Did they what?
Did they add a 6v6?
Yes. Right now there's a 6v6 comp mode. They're starting to not go back to 6v6, but they're doing a lot of tests for 6v6 again.
Yeah.
So.
2 tanks.
Well, so that's the thing is like they're doing 6v6, so it's open queue, so you can do whatever you want. However, you can only have 2 tanks.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people that are saying like it feels good because of that, but then there's also people that's like it's weird that you can only have 2 tanks because that was never the issue with old Overwatch. Like the issue was never the fact of it being like 2 tanks, like, and they've nerfed tanks so much since the beginning of Overwatch 2. So it's
But 2 tanks makes Reinhardt good again.
I mean, it makes it a hell of a lot easier to play him. Tell you that much.
Yeah.
I mean, when we've been playing recently, I've just been playing support in it because I'm just like
You know, I say that with knowing nothing, so but I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's interesting because we were doing the funny thing for me and Rob is that we've been doing because we only play 2 nights a week, and so we've been doing our placements for competitive, and we started doing our placements and it was 5v5 for open queue. And then about midway through, it went to 6v6. So we started our open queue in one section, and then it just complete changeover to another system. Like there wasn't like open queue 5v5, open queue 6v6. It's just open queue. And as soon as 6v6 came in, they were just like, oh, this is now this. So it's been an interesting change for us seeing as well, like how we've been doing a little bit better in 6v6. But yeah, no, it's like that's the thing is like I wanted to get into this and talk about it a little bit just because I thought it was an interesting thing seeing dead game, right?
Yeah.
But the question now is, what did we miss for dead games? Because we probably missed something, right?
Oh, I had to. Oh, Crossfire X. That's one.
Crossfire X. That was. Oh, that was.
Chinese COD.
Yep. That was they did a playtest of that on Xbox, right?
Yeah, I did a playtest on PC.
There was the map where like you're in like a office building and then you have to rappel out the window down onto like the
and then there's like
yeah.
It felt good, but it was not. It was not.
Yeah. I just used to snipe. That's all I would do in some of those. It's like I was just like, I'm just gonna run snipers the whole time. I don't care. Like
we are seeing a big rise in like Chinese games making it to the American market.
Mm-hmm.
So that is another thing is like because it typically was like European and American games.
Yep. Yeah. So let us know what games we missed because obviously we missed something. Let us know if there's a game that you guys think is dead that we did not mention. Let us know if there's a game that is not dead that you are told is dead that annoys you that people say is dead. What are the dead things should they tell us about?
RuneScape.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of people that'll be mad.
Dude, I play RuneScape every once in a while. It's fun.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I played it. It's probably in high school.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like it was a while ago. Like I used to just mine. I was the miner of the team. Husky, go do your thing. It's like, can I come with you guys? And no, stay down there.
40 hours.
I was like, okay.
Like in November.
Oh wow.
40 hours in.
All right.
I put in a week of work.
All right. I put in like almost 60 hours this week streaming. So
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. Down in the comments down below, right? And as always, depending on where you are, morning, after, even night, stay trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Okay. Bye.